Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just waking up, so if I sound a little groggy, that's because I'm just waking up, guys. Um, so today, what I want to speak on is astrology. There's so much information, there's so many requests for astrology and the connection to spirituality. How can it help you? Before I even start, please, the people that are always hitting me up wanting for readings and stuff like that, I do have openings now, okay, for astrology readings. After you watch the video, you find out you're interested in a reading and a consultation with me, and how I can help you um, turn this into something practical for you, practical value for you. Hit me up now, okay, because I always have to I'm always in a state where I have to tell somebody I can't because, I'm all booked up. But when I have openings and I tell you guys, hit me up now, these they go real fast. There's only so many readings I can do at a time. Okay. So that's the thing I want to let you guys know. Email me at occulthealing22 at gmail.com. Um, and email me, for reading. I will have that in the description, okay? That email will be in the description. So email me now if you want a spot because they go really, really fast, okay? And I don't charge extra crazy. I don't charge you $500 for a whole reading, but that's how much people charge nowadays. But I don't charge that. It's very, very cheap, very, very accessible, and we can always work something out. So let's get into this astrology. This is I want to start out with talking about rulerships because this is what they don't tell you about a lot of times in YouTube videos, and also when you're doing your own research online. You only find a lot of information about rulerships when you do diligence in books and old scriptures when it comes to astrology. Okay, this is where I get my information from. All this new age stuff, I don't pay attention to that. A lot of that stuff, they don't really know what they're talking about. So the most important thing is the rulerships. Everybody has a rulership of their whole entire chart. It's not the sun sign. The sun sign is what everybody knows their sign is. I was born September 22nd. That means my sun is on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. Most would just call me a Virgo. But astrology readers, astrology practitioners, they'll be like, you're on a cusp of Virgo and Libra. Okay. So that's the sign that everybody knows. If you was born June 16th, everybody's going to call you a Gemini, okay? But here's the thing. According to your rulerships, you might not be that sign because think about it like this. The planets, the houses, they are all pieces to a puzzle, all right? Now, the rulerships are the whole puzzle put together, all right? But it's like inner workings. I mean, it's very, very deep and complicated. This is why if you book a consultation with me, I'll go so much deeper into this and I'll find out your personal chart and how this can help you personally, okay, in practical ways. So everybody has a ruling sign, a ruling planet, a ruling mode, and a ruling element. Okay, so again, take myself. Again, my sun sign is a cusp between Virgo and Libra, but my actual chart is ruled by Cancer. What does this mean? This means the star constellation of Cancer is influencing my energy field the most. This is what it means to have a rulership. Like a ruling planet's the same way. It's the planet that influences your energy the most. So my ruling planet is the moon. So that means the moon's actions, the moon's movements are affecting my energy the most. Okay, doesn't mean the other planets aren't. They're affecting my energy too as well, but this is the planet that affects me the most. Okay, now the modes, which is cardinal, fixed, or mutable. Everybody has a ruling mode as well. Again, if you look at the sign of Virgo, that's a mutable sign. Okay, but my actual ruling mode is cardinal. Now, what does this mean? I always give the analogy of the modes being like a business. If everybody was equal in the business, okay? So the cardinal sign would be the person with vision, okay, the person with a lot of big ideas, okay, and they're sort of leaders, okay. A lot of people want to follow them. They might not want to be leaders, but then they always tend to have followers, okay, because of these big ideas. They have a lot of inspiration, they motivate people well. Only problem with them is they tend to not finish things. Okay, they start a whole bunch of things, but then they don't want to finish them because it's like ADHD of the mind. Okay, they want to go on to the next idea. All right, so big ideas, low energy though. Okay, now your fixed people, these will be like kind of your managers. All right, like again, the cardinal will be kind of like the CEO. The fixed person will be kind of like your managers. These are people that are really really good with people. They're good at connecting people. Um, they're good at making people realize their talents. Okay, they're good at connecting the dots. They're good at being organized. Okay, the only problem with fixed people is that they tend to be very very stubborn and short sighted. Once they're on something, there's a reason why they're called fixed. Once they're on something, it's hard to get them out of it. It takes a while. Once they have an idea, they have a plan, they stick to it. But sometimes that can be a weakness. Sometimes inflexibility can be a weakness. Then mutable, these are your people with high energy. Okay, these are your people that know how to work. They will work day and night. They have tons of energy. um the only thing is they kind of don't have vision. They kind of don't. They lack creativity a lot of times. So they kind of need a cardinal sign or a fixed sign, fixed person to kind of lead them in a direction where they should go. These are your people with tons and tons of talent that you might see tons and tons of talent, but they're not doing anything with it because they don't have a direction. And also you'll see the people that are doing amazing things in life because they have a direction. Okay, so that's the ruling modes. Now you have a ruling element as well. The main thing about the ruling elements that I find very beneficial is that you can find out how to heal yourself. In a sense, say you're ruled by earth, okay? This means your best healing process is to connect with Mother Nature. Okay, your best healing process is to get into the woods, to the forest, and let your feet touch the dirt, hug trees, and do this. This will be beneficial. This will be healing to you. You'll find a sense of fulfillment when you do these kind of things. Get it. Go to this. Touch animals. Befriend Mother Nature. Sit out in the sun, stuff like that. If you're ruled by fire, I said sit out in the sun. If you rule by fire, okay, this is like sitting around bonfires and stuff like that. Meditating near candlelight, also sitting in the sun because that's the fire element. This is how you heal yourself. If you're ruled by water, going to the beach, taking long baths, um, that kind of thing. This will heal your spirit. If you're ruled by air, going to the mountains, doing breathing techniques, stuff like this, doing yoga. This will increase the oxygen in your body. Um, so these are the kind of things that can really heal you. It goes way deeper than this, but again, I'm not trying to make this too long, so I'm trying to do a quick overview on how this stuff can help you out. Now, as far as the planets, okay. Well, before the planets, I want to talk about the north and south node because this is very important. Uh, a lot of people don't talk about this, the north and south node. I think these are the most important. The north, the north and south node represent your past lifetimes and your destiny the destiny that you need to accomplish now. The direction you need to go. It might not be the specific thing you need to do, but kind of the direction you need to go. Okay, let's just say you have let's just say you have Virgo Virgo north node and Pisces south node because it'll always be the two opposite signs. Okay, so your south node represents your past lives, the things you already accomplished, the things you already know, what you feel comfortable with. Okay, When you're in your comfortable state, which can be a dangerous state sometimes, uh, you always revert to the sign. So if you have Pisces as a south node, this means in your past lives and what you're comfortable with is letting go. Okay, you're comfortable with letting go of the state of time. You're comfortable with spirituality. You're comfortable with the imagination. You know, uh, of of just out of the world topics. You know, you're kind of comfortable with being that hippie character in life, where you're just like, nothing really matters. Time doesn't matter. It's all about spiritual concepts. Um, and this is how you can focus your energy. Now, if that's your south node, that's telling you that now you mastered that energy. Now you need to get serious about what's going on right now. You got to go into Virgo. Virgo North Node. Remember, the North Node is always going to be uncomfortable for people. The South Node is comfortable. The North Node is uncomfortable, but it's the direction you need to go. So you need to act like a Virgo, or the direction where you got to be on point on time. You got to be critical about yourself and your surroundings. You got to be realistic. You got to be grounded and ready to work. Okay. So, and I mean, again, this goes deeper, but I want to make this really quick. So, the next, I want to talk about the planets, a little bit about the planets. Let's talk about the sun that everybody loves to talk about. Okay. The sun represents the ego. Okay. This is why they say the sun is not really you, it's the ego, it's what you think you are. Think about the conscious mind, because this is where the ego lives. It's everything that you think you think that you should do. But just because you think you're supposed to do this doesn't mean you're actually supposed to. But it's like your light, it's like you're shining, it's like your star that you're walking, you're running towards. You want to be that. So if you have like a Sagittarius sun, like you desire to have, to exert these Sagittarian abilities, and of being the wise one, the wise traveler, of having fun, of being fiery and fun and trying new things all the time. That's that Sagittarius energy. Okay. So the moon, on the other hand, the moon is the part of you that you don't want anybody to see. It's the deepest, darkest part of yourself where only close people see. Your mother, your father, your siblings, your children, your significant other. This is the sign that they'll see. And this has to do with also how you nurture yourself. Okay, this also represents your mother. Okay, this can get really deep. All right, but this is a quick overview. But it's important to find out this sign. So again, if you need to, learn this stuff, you can do it yourself online, but they don't connect the dots for you. This is why a lot of people pay astrologers. Again, hit me up now. Okay, don't wait, because somebody's gonna have that spot, and I'm gonna have to tell you, that I'm gonna have to wait. Who knows how long another spot will be open, because it's first come, first serve with me. So the next planet I want to talk about is Mercury, and this represents your intelligence, the way you can learn. See how you can use these planets. I want to talk about how you can use them, so you can find out how you learn, the best way for you to learn with Mercury. I mean, Mercury, there's so many other things you can talk about with these planets, but again, I want to be practical right now. How you can learn with Mercury. Okay, so if you know your learning style, you know, you can learn at a faster pace. And this life is all about learning and putting action to things. So that can really help you out. It's also ruling communication as well. I mean, there's so many other things. Communication, um, the best way that you can communicate, the best way you can that people should communicate with you. Okay. The next thing is Mars. All right, Mars is how you take action, the best way you should take action. It's so many other things that has to do with your anger, your sex drive, um, how you should approach the sexual energy, and how you like to be approached when it comes to sexual energy. Okay, so you can find out many helpful things, especially in a relationship, but also if you're in business, find out how you should take action on things. Some people need to plan out first. Some people just need to do it. Okay, everybody's different. It all depends on this sign that's here. This can help you out in business. Next thing, let's talk about Venus. Let's talk about love, your creativity, what people like about you. That's what Venus represents. You can find out how you can approach your love life, how somebody can approach you. So if you know yourself, you can communicate to your partner. Because a lot of times it's a miscommunication with relationships. All right. So if you know your Venus sign, you know your partner's Venus sign, you can now communicate to each other and have an understanding of how you can approach each other. Okay. Also, this is your creativity. How can you use your creative talents? All right. Again, this is also what people like about you when they first meet you. They kind of get this likeness about you, what they fall in love with you for. This is your Venus sign. Um, Another planet is Jupiter. Jupiter represents the higher self, the higher consciousness. It represents your luck, your prosperity. Okay. So wherever Jupiter's at in your chart, you can find your luck. What makes you lucky personally? Okay. Everybody's always looking for their fast break, but sometimes they're looking at somebody else's luck, what they did. Where can you find yours? That's where you want to look at Jupiter for. I mean, so much other things. Again, this is an overview. All right. Let's talk about. I hope I'm not forgetting any planets. Again, I'm just going off the top of the head. I hope I'm not forgetting any. But let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is like your tough love mentor, your lessons, what kind of lessons you should learn, what kind of structure that you should have. Okay, a lot of people fear Saturn all the time. You know, so you can research your Saturn, right, and find out what kind of lessons you need to learn in this lifetime because Saturn works like this. If you don't do what it tells you to do, it'll bring you that karma. Okay. Saturn also rules time, rules karma, rules work, rules. They say this physical reality we live in right now is ruled by Saturn. If you think about it, it's all about business, about work, it's about karma. So Saturn rules this reality, okay? So now the three outer planets, I don't really want to talk about them too much because uh, a lot of these astrologers won't tell you that they don't affect you personally unless you're looking at them in your houses, okay? So you can like as far as like the personal, the personal signs that rule these planets, they don't affect you personally. They affect your generations. Okay, we're talking about Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, but they affect you personally when it comes to the houses. All right, so if you have, Pluto in the first house, you're going to be an extreme person. You might have a problem with addictions, you know, but at the same time, you might have a seductive personality as well, because Pluto has kind of that characteristic of being seductive and being, extreme and powerful. Okay, so a quick overview of the houses. Okay, just very very quick because I see them at 18 minutes right now. So the first house represents you personally. It represents also what people see when they first meet you. Okay, there's so much information you can gain from this house. They say it's the most important house. This is also known as the ascendant sign or the rising sign. You know, the first house is very, very important. It represents you personally. When you study this first house, you can really understand yourself. Okay, again, more information, hit me up. Please hit me up now for a consultation. The second house represents your financial health. Okay, how what can you do to benefit you when it comes to money and how you deal with money. You can find out how to get better with money in this house. Okay, the third house represents your local community. Also, it represents siblings. It represents basic learning. This is how you can study yourself here and figure out. And what I mean by basic learning, I mean like schooling and stuff like that, like basic math and stuff like that. Basic math, basic schooling, going to college even is considered basic learning, basic knowledge. All right, higher knowledge is astrology, numerology is it's meditation, it's yoga, okay, it's massage therapy. That's higher knowledge. This other stuff is basic knowledge. This is where it lives in the third house. You can find out information on your siblings. You can find out information on, how you interact with your local community. Okay, the fourth house represents your home life, represents your past, it represents your mother. Okay, it represents that deep foundation for you. Also to raise you to success, which is the 10th house, but we're going to get to that. So you find out information about all these things: your mother, your past life, your home life, and how you can heal this part of you, or how you can use this to propel you to success. The fifth house represents the house of fun, basically. How you can truly enjoy yourself. Some people are unhappy because they don't know how to have fun. This also represents your children. Think about it, children, fun. This also represents sometimes sexual scandals, because again, fun. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. We're all human. So the sixth house represents your health. You can find out your health problems here, or potential health problems, how to heal yourself through these. It also represents work, and like how what's the best way for you to put in work. you know the seventh house represents your relationships, your partnerships, contracts, so many other things. Like, again, I'm going through an overview, so if I miss some things, don't kill me, other astrologers. um so you can find out information on the best partner for you, the best business partner as well, how you can use this for success. Okay, so um the ninth house represents travel. Okay, it represents um like it represents your spiritual mentor as well, traveling, your spiritual mentor, and how you can use that. Okay, the 10th house, now this represents your father. This represents your father. It represents success, the stage, career, so many other things. Again, I'm trying to move fast. The 11th house represents how you connect to the world. It represents your network. A lot of people connect this to money as well. See, if the second house represents the money you have, the 11th house represents how you can get money, because your network is your net worth. All right. That's also, your friendships, philanthropy, how you give back, so many other things. Now, the 12th house represents the subconscious mind, represents this true spiritual self, and how you can use this information is very, very powerful to your spiritual health. All right. So again, this was a quick overview of how the astrology. There's so many other aspects. Like I said, if you want a consultation, a reading, astrology reading that will help you practically, help you with your business, help you with your relationship, please email me at occulthealing22@gmail.com. I will have that link. I will have that in the description. Email me now, because spirituality is about benefiting the world as well, benefiting yourself. Some of you think too much, and you procrastinate. If you feel the urge to learn this stuff, email me now, because the spots are not always open. All right, there's only so many readings I can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.